Jen Patton. Yes, I am a real person. I'm a real teacher. I am not just the computer looking at you all the time and speaking to you and turning off your chat sometimes when you get out of hand. I am going to be talking to you about the 4 different types of friction. So I thought it would be good to have a visual, have a video, see me in person. So here we go. First one, static friction. Look down here. You see your physical science book. Yes, it actually exists as a real text. It's not just an e-book all the time. So here we have your book, doing absolutely nothing, just laying there, being lazy book. All right, so this is static frictions. We have to talk about the different forces that are acting on this book. What's the forces that are acting on this book? Well, first we have the force of the floor pushing up, the weight of the book pushing down. Those are equal and opposite forces, and that's why the book doesn't float. If the ground was pushing up more on the book, it would be floating up here. Okay, that's called levitation. That does not exist. All right, well, maybe it will someday, but we'll see. If the book was pushing down harder on the floor, what do you think would happen? The floor would collapse and it would push down and we wouldn't see it anymore. All right, what other forces are we seeing? Well, we have no movement. We have no movement in this direction, and we have no movement in this direction. So those are equal and opposite directions. We have friction of the floor acting this way. We have the movement of the book, which there is none, moving this way. Equal and opposite stays put. Static friction. Okay? What's the next one? The next one is sliding friction. Sliding means moving. Okay? Book goes across the floor. There it goes. All right? And it actually stops. So we still have the forces going up and going down. Those are the same. Otherwise, the book would go like this, like a ghost. Woo! Okay, it's not doing that, right? It's on the floor. Equal and opposite forces, down and up. But it is moving. What does that mean? The force of my muscles put some kind of movement on that book. So it was able to overcome the friction going this way, so it could move that way. But eventually, my force of pushing the book wasn't strong enough to overcome the friction on the floor, so they ended up being equal, and the book stopped. All right, that's sliding friction. Other types of friction. Third type, rolling friction, happens with balls. So when a ball rolls along the floor, there's friction of the floor against the ball. There is less friction on a round object. Why? Because there's less, look at guys, less surface area. All right, just this little tiny bit of the ball is hitting the floor at a time. All right, as opposed to the book where we have this whole big area hitting the floor. Okay? So it moves easier. That's why things on rollers, wheels, move so much easier. Less friction. They can move further. Last type of friction, fluid. Now, when you think of fluid, usually you think of water. When you're swimming in the water, there's lots of resistance. That is the friction of the water working on your body. Okay, there's also air resistance. So when you're jumping out of a plane, which I know all of you do every single day, when you jump out of a plane, you feel the force, the air on you, and then eventually you're going faster and faster and faster. Force the air, called air resistance, is also called fluid friction, is acting on your body, and eventually you become at one speed, and that's called terminal velocity. All right? So those are 4 different types. You're seated in person. You better not get any of those wrong on your quiz. And I am done. Thanks, guys.
Dun, 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 dun.